All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Heat number one. We'll have Becky Snodgrass and Brian Hewitt on the front row. Matt Moniak, Russell Worth on the second. Austin Thornton, Michael Whiting on the third row. Levi Johnson, Chris Johnson on the fourth row. Stephen Choate, Kendrick Cryer, and David Lux round out the 11-car heat. And interesting note, thanks to David Lux, the top four in qualifying were all in the same Discord channel. Obviously a bit of teamwork at play, getting all four of those drivers up there. Yes, Ryan, we will make the post about the Truffle Shuffle later tonight. I had to go explain it to Angie, and she had to look it up earlier. One more time around the pace car will drop in. Brian Hewitt will lead him down. Kind of digging Becky's Nerds car there. Pace car is in. Here we go. Hewitt fires. They are away. Green flag is in the air. Becky gets shuffled up to the high side. They are four wide through 1 and 2. Oh! 4 wide does not end well out of turn 2. No cautions in the heats. Brian Hewitt out front. Russell Worth now to second. Whiting in third, but Chris Johnson on the attack. Let's see if we can get a look at that incident early on. Here they come. Now watch Becky on this start. She gets fired into one and a little too deep. They are 4 wide as they come through 1 and 2. Becky gets sandwiched into the wall. Everybody piles up there. Wow. Chris Johnson has snuck his way into the lead. Brian Hewitt, Stephen Choate, and Becky Snodgrass all on pit road. Hewitt on his way back out, but Chris Johnson in the lead. Kendrick Cryer, the points leader, now up into second. Matt Moniak Curley sitting in third. David Lux in fourth. Michael Whiting in fifth, but Chris Johnson just set the fastest lap so far tonight. Michael Whiting on the attack, closing in on Lux at the moment for fourth. Austin Thornton, who was involved in that early incident, starting to reel in Russell Worth. David Lux just came by into third, shuffling Matt Moniak back to fifth as Michael Whiting went through the door. Chris Johnson out front, 0.6 of a second. Kendrick is closing in. White flag is in the air. One more lap and he won. Down the back straightaway, and it looks like Chris Johnson will get it done. He wins heat number 1. Kendrick Cryer comes home second. David Lux comes home in third. On to heat number 2, the beautiful Angie Janes on the front row with Vern Spring, Ed Sr. and Scott Snodgrass on the second, Ryan McDaniel, Edmund Jones on the third, Andrew Thornton, Richie Joplin on the fourth, Connor Knowlton, Chance Madrick, and Kyle McRecken Martin round out your top 10, or round out heat number 2. Angie going to lead them around for the 2 pace laps and then fire it off into turn 1. Very little practice for Angie here tonight due to the last minute decision, and about half the drivers trying to convince her to come race tonight. However, she has been improving by leaps and bounds in recent weeks. We'll see how she does in this car tonight. And there is a caution, a problem back behind. What in the world? Looked like Ed Sr. got a tap from Ryan McDaniel. And it just turned Senior around the field stacked up. That is unusual. Pace car is in. Green flag is in the air. They are away. Vern gets a big launch. They are 3 wide mid-pack as McRecken and Andrew Thornton come flying by Senior. Richie Joplin now up into 4th. McRecken and Senior side by side, but Vern Spring in the lead. Scott Snodgrass now to 2nd, Edmond in 3rd. Connor Knowlton down on the bottom, almost to the apron, pushes up, almost into Scott. Edmund Jones now up to 2nd as Knowlton set the fastest lap last time by. Ryan McDaniel has gone to pit road and Ed Sr. appears to be down on power. Edmund looking underneath Vern Spring for the lead. Knowlton dives it into 1. And manages to make it stick. He takes 2nd place away from Vern. Oh, big spin. Vern is around. And McRecken pushes up through 1. He gets into Scott but straightens him back out. Chance Maderick battling with McRecken and Scott. Richie Joplin lurking. Edmund Jones has the lead. Connor Knowlton right on his bumper. McRecken 1.6 seconds back in 3rd. Richie Joplin had a incident a moment ago. Has lost a little bit of ground to 5th place Scott Snodgrass. Meanwhile, Edmund Jones is coming around. He'll get the white flag this time. White flag is in the air. 1 more lap in heat number 2. Oh, Ryan McDaniel got together with Knowlton. Knowlton saves it. But Edmund Jones wins heat number 2. Knowlton comes home second. McCracken in third. Chance fourth. Scott Snodgrass coming home in fifth. On to warm-up. Drivers get this last few minutes of time to get a few extra laps in. Looks like the usual four got together to practice their restarts here. Oh, Austin Thornton and Andrew Thornton both go take flight. Angie catches a piece of it. Both Thorntons there together. Brian Hewitt, Connor Knowlton getting out on track. Stephen Choate currently the fastest. Michael Whiting currently second fastest, followed by Levi Johnson. Richie Joplin just banged in a third fastest lap. Stephen Choate putting in some very fast laps right now. The fastest laps we have seen all night long. I believe, yeah, Matt Boniak took some flight there and is now parked on his side. Matt, I don't think you can recover that one, buddy. And I have no idea what just happened to Michael Whiting. Looked like he hit a car that wasn't actually there. Kendrick Cryer and David Lutz sitting there in 3 and 4 waiting. Looks like for Chris Johnson and McRecken. Andrew Thornton just cuts through him though. Lutz is in, oh man, here comes chaos. No, you definitely cannot park there, Matt. Just about a minute left to go to the feature. Hit that like, follow, subscribe, and most importantly, hit that share button. Invite your friends and family out. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, we do continue Call of Duty Week. We'll finish Modern Warfare 1 tomorrow morning, start Modern Warfare 2, maybe even finish it tomorrow night. We'll have the Tuesday tour. We'll be racing some dirt street stocks. And a whole lot more to come this week. Next week, we'll be back to our regular schedule. Matt Moniak is... Wow. Moniak is having issues during warm-up. Richie Joplin just topped the leaderboard. As warm-up comes to a close, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to go racing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Chris Johnson and Edmund Jones have the front row. Kendrick Cryer and Connor Knowlton on the second row. David Lux, Kyle McCracken Martin on the third. Michael Whiting, Chance Madrick on the fourth row. Russell Worth and Scott Snodgrass round out your top 10. Austin Thornton and Richie Joplin starting in 11th and 12th. Matt Moniak starting in 13th. 14th is Andrew Thornton. Levi Johnson starting in 15th. Ed Sr. in 16th. Brian Hewitt starting in 17th. Vern Spring in 18th. Stephen Choate in 19th. The beautiful Angie Jane starting in 20th. Becky Snodgrass 21st. Ryan McDaniel in 22nd. Kendrick Cryer has a big points lead coming into tonight. A good finish tonight could secure his championship with just 2 weeks to go after tonight. But Kendrick is starting back in 22nd. He has got a long way to go. A lot of cars between him and the front. Here we go, pace car about to drop in. Chris Johnson in control. Green flag is in the air. They are down and away at Langley. Knowlton full send into one. And it is tight off of turn 2. A little bobble. Jacob Morgan is rolling off pit road. Did not qualify. Richie Joplin already up a bunch of spots into 5th. Austin Thornton now up into 7th place. Andrew Thornton in 8th. But David Lux just set the fastest lap so far as Knowlton's around. Caution is out. Big pile up on the back straightaway. First caution of the night, lap number 3. There's Connor Knowlton in the lead. Chris Johnson right behind him. They are all the way. Oh, Chris just barely gets under him. David Lux gets collected. Several drivers trying to check up. Edmund Jones goes around. And once again, Angie just barely slipping by that one. Angie is in full attack mode tonight, up to 18th. Jacob Morgan, despite getting a late start to this one, started on pit road, now up into 20th. Biggest mover so far, though, Richie Joplin up 9 spots into 3rd. Andrew Thornton up 8 spots into 6th. Stephen Choate, who was fastest in the warm-up, up 8 spots into 11th. Lights are out as they begin to stack back up. Michael Whiting now up to 2nd place, right beside Chris Johnson. Pace car is in, green back in the air. Chris gets a great launch on that one. Chris clears traffic, everybody else side by side battling. Kendrick Cryer, the points leader, in 15th, trying to fight his way forward. Richie Joplin made his way into 2nd, has gone past Michael Whiting. Connor Knowlton trying to make his way back to the front, just set the fastest lap so far in 18th, but having some difficulty getting by David Lux here. Kyle McRicken Martin all the way back in 15th, trying to make his way back forward. Having to get to the inside on Scott Snodgrass all the way down on the apron. Oh, a little contact coming out of 4. Scott gets a little bit of the wall, but manages to pull it back down. Lux getting together with Vern. Stephen Choate continuing his march toward the front. Edmund all over the bumper. Choate now 10 spots into 9th. Chris Johnson, Richie Joplin about to come into lap traffic. As Angie moves up to the high line, lets the leaders get by clean. Ryan McDaniel is going off track. David Lux has crashed back behind. No caution yet. Several cars have crashed and now caution. Lap 16. Let's see what has happened here. The first incident, Ryan McDaniel coming through 1 and 2. As we saw in the legend, just so easy to get loose out of 2. David Lux, just gets into Scott's bumper. Knowlton gets into his. He goes around. Vern has nowhere to go. And Matt Moniak at that same moment, right behind Austin Thornton. Andrew Thornton gets stacked up in that. So does Stephen Choate. Things got a little exciting there. Lights are out on the pace car. They stack back up. Now it is Chris Johnson and Richie Joplin on the front row. Michael Whiting, Russell Worth have the second. Edmund Jones, Austin Thornton, Levi Johnson, Stephen Choate, Chance Madrick, and Kendrick Cryer rounding out your top 10. Kendrick now in 10th, fighting his way forward, trying to secure that title here tonight. Pace car is in. Chris fires, they are away. Green is in the air. And they are 3 wide mid-pack. Austin Thornton losing ground up top. Oh, Austin gets together with Kendrick. They manage to save it. Becky Snodgrass now making a move. Andrew Thornton looking underneath. Michael Whiting has gotten past. Holy cow, Michael is loose out of 4. Holds on to it, keeps his foot down. Richie Joplin now into 3rd. Edmund up to 4th, and caution. Lap 22. Austin Thornton gets into the wall out of turn 4, collects Vert Spring. Oh, David Lux has nowhere to go. Vern Spring arguably gets the worst part of this as he gets turned. Slides nose first down the wall. John, I don't know that anybody made it out of that one without touching another car. I think the only one that might have would have been McRecken. And oh, the irony. So Chris Johnson still has the lead. Michael Whiting in 2nd, Richie in 3rd, Edmund in 4th, Russell Worth now up to 5th. And would you look at the man on the move, Stephen Choate, now in 6th place. Stephen so far the biggest mover of the night, up 13 spots, but another driver is marching his way forward. Jacob Morgan, who started from pit road, up 12 spots into 11th. Lights go back out on the pace car. Pace car is in. Here they go. Chris fires. They are away. Chris quickly clearing traffic, gets control of the entire track. Richie now on the attack. That outside line is definitely not where you want to restart here. Michael Whiting up on the high side may get freight trained here. Meanwhile, they're 3 wide into 1. No caution yet. Ryan McDaniel had some problems. See what happened with Ryan. They come out of turn 4. Ryan loose. Matt Moniak had nowhere to go. Also looked like Kendrick had some problems in 1 and 2. Let's see what happened to him. They go off into 1 and 2. He comes down across Becky's nose, but she is kind enough to straighten the car back out. No, I'm sorry, that was Jacob's nose. And Russell Worth, obviously a little spinny up there. Chris still has the lead. Richie on the bumper. Stephen Choate now up into fourth and reeling in the top three. Kyle Martin now up into fifth place. Knowlton in sixth. Michael Whiting got shuffled all the way back to seventh. Kendrick Cryer in eighth. Chance Maddock in ninth. Levi Johnson in 10th. Jacob Morgan still attacking in 11th. Oh, Angie up in the wall as she lets the leaders get by. Chris Johnson, oh! Becky Snodgrass is around off the leader's nose. Caution is out, lap 36. Becky and Ryan McDaniel at the bottom. Becky all the way down on the apron. Chris just gets into her bumper and sends her around. Jacob Morgan is on his way into pit road. Looks like that caution has been assessed to Chris Johnson. He will go to the tail end of the field. And look at that pretty lady getting her way back to the lead lap. Angie definitely not out of this fight yet. Curly in 20th. You got to give it to Angie and to Becky, both of them not ever giving up, both of them improving by leaps and bounds, and I think we'll see next season, I think we'll see the ladies come out here and show everybody how it's done. Lights are out on the pace car. Richie Joplin and Edmund Jones now have the front row. Edmund stuck up on the high side. That has not been the place to restart here tonight. Richie controls the restart. Pace car is headed in. Richie fires there away. Green is in the air. Stephen Choate already underneath Edmund for second. They are 3 wide back behind. Look like McRacken may have bounced it off the wall just a little bit. Choate and Edmund leaning on each other. Knowlton, oh, Kendra gets into Knowlton, but straightens him back out. Caution is out. Andrew Thornton involved, and Levi Johnson had a problem. There is Levi on the bottom. Michael Whiting, he slides up right into Michael Whiting, spins around. As he spins around, just taps Andrew. Anderson trying to save it into turn 1, just can't get it done. Richie Joplin still in the lead. Stephen Choate in second. Edmond now in third. Cryer up to fourth. And it looks like David Lux is going to get the lucky dog on this one, so he will be back on the lead lap. No, yeah, he will be back on the lead lap. Austin Thornton, Becky Snodgrass, both still out on track. The only two cars not on the lead lap at the moment. John, we're just past halfway. Actually, we're about 20 laps to go here. Any predictions on who's going to pull this one off? Lights are out on the pace car. They begin to stack back up. With a win tonight, Kendrick Cryer could lock up the championship. He had a 50-point lead coming in to tonight's race. 51-point lead, excuse me. Pace car is in. Richie fires. They are away. Oh, Richie gets sent around. Big one at the front. Caution is out. They are still wrecking. Wow. All right, let's see. This all started with Richie Joplin going around. Off into turn one. Stephen Choate just gets into his bumper, tries to check up. Edmond has nowhere to go, and they just start packing it in from there. Austin Thornton. Oh, there was another incident at the back of the field. Before the caution ever came out, Austin Thornton comes out of that one okay. Everybody at the back. Oh, David Lux and Michael Whiting check up. Michael Whiting actually got into Angie. And more chaos. Well, okay. Sometimes as a broadcaster, you just don't know what to say. Hey, good evening, Kyle. Looks like Ryan McDaniel is getting waved around. That'll put him back on the lead lap. And would you look at this? Angie is in the top 10, folks. That's my girl right there. Pace car is in. Connor Knowlton fires there away once again. It's been a bit wild, Kyle. Vern Spring had a rough race in the Legends, but man, he is up to 6th now. Scott has fought his way back up into 7th. Stephen Choate and Jacob Morgan both back on the attack. Choate in 10th, Morgan in 11th. Connor Knowlton has had a problem once again. See what happened with Connor. Connor out front, comes out of turn 2, just a little loose, and goes rallycross driving. Now McRecken in the lead with 9 laps to go. Well, great to have you, Kyle, as always. Vern now battling with Scott. Scott moving up into 5th. Matt Moniak has quietly made his way up into 4th. Caution. Caution is out with 7 laps to go. Let's see if we can see. It looks like Chris Johnson, Jacob Morgan, and Levi Johnson involved. Jacob down on the bottom. Manages to slide through. Oh, a little bit of a blink. Does not look like that was the cause of the caution. But there's Chris Johnson spinning. Chris Johnson has Stephen Choate. There was some space there. Some net code at play. Levi Johnson tried to avoid it. Ends up spinning into the wall. Several drivers end up going off into the grass. Chance Matterick coming out of turn 2. Tried to avoid it, but Austin Thornton had nowhere to go and gets into his bumper. McRecken still holds the lead. Cryer now in 2nd, Edmond in 3rd, Moniak 4th, Scott in 5th. $16 cars left on the lead lap as the lights go out. No, he really did not need that yellow. Kyle, I'm not 100% sure. Is it Kansas this week? Pace car is in. McRecken fires. He's away. Green is in the air. Kendrick tried to get a good jump into turn 1, but just couldn't get there. Now Edmond looking underneath Kendrick Cryer for 2nd. Moniak lurking. Oh, we've got one around. Caution is out. We'll go to a green-white checker. Looks like Vern Spring and Scott Snodgrass involved. Jacob Morgan just drives it in a little bit deeper, gets into Scott's bumper, sends Scott around. Look at that. Oh, Angie almost made it through that perfect. Well, one thing is for certain, Angie has gotten really good at wreck avoidance here lately. And despite the damage to the car, she has stayed in the fight all night, currently running in 14th. Further proving my girlfriend is more awesome than yours. I might have to come race the truck Saturday night, Kyle. I got my first truck win there. Ryan McDaniel now up 15 spots into 7th. Biggest mover so far, Jacob Morgan. Looks like Jacob Morgan is taking credit for that incident, so he is dropping to the tail end. That'll move him back to about 14th. Lights around on the pace car. McRecken on the high side, Edmond on the bottom. Pace car is in. McRecken controls it. They fire. Oh, Edmond gets spun on the start. The inside line checks up. Caution is back out. We'll get another green-white checker. And they are still wrecking on the front stretch. Pace car drops in, and it looks like Kendrick just gets a better restart. Richie gets piled. They all get piled up in there. And man, what a mess. Both lines get stacked up. Stephen Choate, arguably one of the fastest cars here tonight, gets stuck up on his side. Holy cow! Becky Snodgrass, Michael Whiting both have to tow to pit road. Kyle, it's starting to look like that. I hadn't had a lot of time to look through your Discord. Look pretty cool so far. Matt Moniak said he put himself here for the finish, but he is not going to finish in second, but you never know. And I might also add, Angie sits in 7th, Jacob Morgan in 8th, Ryan McDaniel in 9th. Once again, Angie Jane's up here in the top 10, and I will just remind everybody, my girlfriend, much more awesome than yours. McRecken in control, the final green-white checker. Pace car is in, McRecken is away, green is in the air. David Luck slips underneath Moniak for second. Moniak comes down to defend third. Andrew Thornton tries to clear Chance Manerick. Ed Sr. has crashed back behind, as has Brian Hewitt. White flag is in the air one more time around. McRecken leads him down the back straightaway. Lux sends it deep into turn 3. It's not enough. Kyle McRecken Martin sweeps the night at Langley. David Lux comes home second. Matt Moniak comes home in third. And Angie comes home in 12th. That's my baby. Let's talk to our top 3, starting with Matt Moniak. Matt, you definitely had a disadvantage restarting on the outside. Somehow you managed to hold them off, buddy.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to get a top 3 here. I just want to thank everybody there at the end for running it clean in the top 5. And, the most important thing I really have to say in all this is, Doug, Daddy loves you.
Well, great job tonight, buddy. A great finish. Awesome race, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, good sir. And thank you, as always, for putting this on. This is, it's always enjoy, to watch back the broadcast again.
My pleasure, buddy. Great job. David Lux comes home in second. David, I could tell going into 3 on that last lap, you sent it for all it was worth, buddy.
I wanted it, Doug. I wanted it. One short.
Man, it's still an awesome night to come home with 2 podium finishes tonight. Honestly, I think if you just had a little bit better run out of 2, you'd have got him. Man, still an awesome fight, an awesome comeback, too. Obviously getting caught up in some of those bigger wrecks early on.
Yeah, Doug, I can tell you I was pretty frustrated. I do want to apologize to some of the guys that I was being a little frustrated too, but that's part of me. That's just, if I get frustrated, you're gonna know without me wrecking you.
Oh man, a great job tonight, buddy. Great race overall, both races. You did awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And finally, our winner, Kyle McRecken Martin. Kyle, only the second sweep this season. You get it done at Langley.
Yeah, that was one hell of a war of attrition. Congrats to Dave. We had the same 1-2 as in the Legends race, so got to be happy with that. Good job to him. Hats off. I know he fell through a lot of attrition, but yeah, coming through the back with Kendrick, that was quite the interesting race there.
Well, it definitely was, man. You did an amazing job tonight. Obviously, a lot going on. You were caught up in some of it early, but managed to survive and keep fighting your way forward.
Yeah, I'll say that was just as much luck as it was skill. I had to miss a lot of wrecks, so can't say that was all skill. There was a lot of luck involved there. So, yeah.
With Kendrick finishing back in 10th, the points will tighten up just a little bit with 2 races left to go. Do you have anything left for him?
I honestly don't remember where we go next week, but yeah, tonight definitely helped. He was up here with me, but unfortunate last few laps there. But I'm trying to look at where we go next week. Oh boy, brain. I can't see fast enough. Oh boy. We go to IRP. Oh, that'll be Slide Job City. So
yes, it will.
we'll find out how fast we are there. I think Irwindale. I was good there. So we should be fine at IRP. I gotta thank Austin Edwards for this wonderful setup. The frame was scraping all through the entire race. So thank you to him. I know where I get it from when I make my tour setups now. Makes sense.
A great job tonight, buddy. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
Congratulations to all the drivers. It was an awesome night of racing. Don't forget to come back tomorrow. Come tune in. Watch us play some Call of Duty throughout the day tomorrow, and we will be dirt racing tomorrow night in the dirt street stocks with another league as part of the Tuesday tour. You're not going to want to miss that. A whole lot more to come this week. And a huge announcement tomorrow about an upcoming broadcast. We got a new league that we'll be broadcasting. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Hope y'all had as much fun as we did. Make sure you're following on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and the YouTubes. Thank you guys so much. Hope you all had as much fun as we did. Have a great night, everybody.